Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're digging into some pretty bold claims about Pi Network, specifically its first 100 days of open mainnet.
Yeah, we've been looking at some reports, and well, one source doesn't hold back.
Not at all. It calls Pi Network the fastest growing and most innovative in crypto. Even a digital revolution,
Strong words.
definitely. So our mission today is to unpack that. We'll look at the achievements, the numbers cited, and figure out if this revolution narrative actually holds water. You know, what does it all mean for you?
Exactly. It's a lot to take in for just 100 days. Lots of claims. Our goal is really to synthesize this, connect the dots for you, and see what the big picture looks like based on this source.
Okay, so let's start with the foundation, the scale they're talking about. The source mentions 6 years of development building up to this. They call it the strongest cryptocurrency ecosystem.
6 years is a long runway before opening the mainnet like this.
And then, boom, rapid adoption. The report claims over 13 million active users on mainnet. Just like that.
Right, and that figure, 13 million active users in, what, just over 3 months? That's genuinely noteworthy for an open network launch.
It really stands out.
For our listeners who follow crypto closely, getting active, engaged users, not just speculators, is often the biggest hurdle. This number suggests significant community buy-in. Maybe that mobile-first approach paid off.
It seems like it connected the world to their digital economy pretty quickly.
Yeah, it bypassed some of the usual crypto adoption friction points.
Okay, so beyond just the sheer number of people, how are they building this ecosystem?
Yeah.
The report talks about massive $100 million investments.
Yes, through the Pi Network Ventures Fund.
Exactly. And its purpose, they say, is unleashing innovation and enhancing real-world Pi utility.
So putting money behind building actual uses for Pi.
And they specifically call out gaming as gateway to mass adoption. Interesting focus.
Well, if you connect that to the bigger picture, it shows a clear strategy. It's not just about having a coin, it's about building things to do with the coin.
Makes sense.
And that Fruity Pie game they mentioned, described as the first fully Pi integrated game, it offers fun plus real earnings for users. It's sort of a proof of concept for merging virtual fun with, real economic activity.
A tangible example of that investment at work.
Precisely.
All right, let's shift to real-world usage. This is where the source gets really emphatic. It points to PiFest.
The commerce event.
Yeah, claiming it shattered records. Get this, 125,000 merchants using Pi in transactions, and 1.8 million pioneers exploring the local commerce map. That sounds ambitious.
It does. The source presents this as, quote, practical proof of the new digital economy's success.
So the immediate question is, how?
Exactly. How does a relatively new digital currency get, 125,000 merchants actually accepting it for transactions so fast? Even established players took ages. It makes you wonder about the community's dynamics, doesn't it?
It really does. And then there's this other angle, .pi domains.
Right, presented as the new digital gold. It's intriguing.
More than just a web address, right? They frame it as owning a unique digital identity within Pi. Scarce. Like early internet domains or maybe even NFTs.
That's the parallel, yeah. Digital real estate. And the auction numbers they cite. 57,000 bidders competing, generating 3 million Pi in total bids. That signals real demand for that exclusive digital identity they talk about.
Okay, under the hood, what about the network itself? The report touches on core strength. 7.4 billion Pi migrated to mainnet. So those coins are live.
Transactional on the operational blockchain, yes.
And supporting it all. 400,000 active nodes. That seems like a robust backbone.
It's a significant number of nodes, definitely key for decentralization and security, which, by the way, the source also mentions.
Good point, security.
Yeah, they highlight advanced security protecting users, mentioning things like comprehensive protection system updates, better account recovery options, and more flexible two-factor authentication. Building trust is crucial with that many users.
Absolutely. So wrapping it all up, the source lands on this verdict. Pi is no longer just a currency. It's a digital revolution.
It's a powerful statement. They're suggesting it's more than just money. It's a whole new way for communities to interact economically, maybe even globally.
So the big takeaway isn't just the tech or the numbers, but the potential shift.
I think so. And it leaves you, the listener, with a pretty provocative question to chew on. As these digital economies keep evolving,
Yeah.
how might models like Pi Network, focusing so heavily on, mass adoption first, then
Yeah.
building utility and adding this unique digital identity layer, how might that reshape our whole understanding of currency, identity, and maybe even who gets to participate in the global economy?
That's a deep question. It really makes you think about what being part of changing the global economic future, as the source puts it, could actually look like. Lots to consider there.